Итак, знакомьтесь, боец в синем углу. Ему 26 лет. Рост 175 сантиметров, вес 70,8 килограмма. В его активе 8 побед, 2 поражения, его стиль ММА. Дамы и господа, из Мехди, Россия, Михаил Балакирев. Его соперник в красном углу. Бойцу 25 лет, рост 175 сантиметров, вес 70,6 килограмма. Его профессиональный рекорд 10 побед при 2 поражениях. Его стиль ММА, дамы и господа, из Ниццы, Франция, верный сын чеченского народа Мехди Дакаев. Рефери Виктор Корнеев.
Victor Karaniev will take charge. This lightweight contest, the graphic says featherweight, but they both weighed in 70.8. You see there, almost identical. A bit more experience on the side of Mehdi Dakaev. Southpaw stance though from Mihai Balakirев. Oh, there you go again. What did I say, Brad?
Landed as well, Brian. It's unbelievable. That's put the alarm signs here on Dakaev, looking for that takedown. He didn't want none of that.
And Dakaev, champion in multiple promotions, also a champion in high-level grappling tournaments like the Naga. And now looking to try and get this back to the mat.
Good. I see here, but Mihai standing, doing right, yeah, doing the right position, keeping good balance. Maybe try and get him to switch for a double if he could.
I think Mihai was trying to break his record of 16 seconds with that attempt. Always holding the neck there nicely, Brad. That's allowed him to get back to his feet. Good work from Mihai. Solid shots as well. Oh, the net.
You see that Dakaev now has just got that little bit of the nervous tension of being hit by a cartwheel. He's not one of those things you used to get hit by. He took it by surprise. Good shot.
Such a high-risk maneuver, but look at the takedown. Not just that, look where he's finished, Brad.
I mean, what impressed me about that takedown is also that Mihai was moving out of the way as well, and he seemed to follow him really well, get a piece of his legs. Beautiful takedown, side control. Use the glance. Now trying to land and do some damage.
Position, he holds it so well. And you can see just how strong he is as well, Brad. Now Mihai looks like he's giving up his back. Oh, and trying to set the hooks, Brad. This is bread and butter for Mehdi Dakaev.
So, he's lost the bottom hook, but now he's got them both in.
You can see the urgency in Mihai. He understands what sort of a bad position is. He might have turned this, Brad.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to slip round.
He can pull that elbow across the belly there of Dakaev.
He needs to get his right arm back round to the left side of Dakaev to try and get this position. But there's good cross-wrist grip here, as you see. But Dakaev is stopping him from turning. He's going to use that to try and turn around himself.
Good head position, though, from Mihai. See how he stabilized Dakaev with the head and then released his arm. Stunning stuff.
This is what I said before. You won't see Dakaev sell for that position, which he didn't. He's turned it straight around. Turned it straight around. Good head position here. Now looking for his own takedown. These two have been stuck together since the first buzzer.
Now they separate. 2 minutes in, only 3 minutes of this fight, comrade. It feels like it's already gone 10 minutes. Back and forth action once again. Now, Balakirев has given as good as he's got. Did very well to get back on his feet there. Many of Dakaev's opponents have struggled to get back up from that position. Oh, heavy shots, big hooks from Dakaev.
Oh, that's a good little left hook that landed at the end of that combination by Dakaev. Oh, pressure.
Look how he's sitting on those shots, Brad. He really wants to.
I'm not really liking how Mikhail's curving up towards the cage. Well, he went for a shot. Beautiful hits by Dakaev, not to get taken down. Because he was in pretty deep, Mikhail.
That shows not just the power, but the athleticism of Dakaev. Round number 1 here, scheduled for three-minute rounds. You can hear their breaths as well, Brad. This has been a really grueling opening round. Both not wanting to give an inch. A bit more of a laboured shot there coming from Mihai.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like he slowed down just a little bit.
Let's see if he goes for another one of those single legs. He's got to be careful just covering up and looking down though, because big shots are coming from Dakaev.
Even with that high kick, he got his hand up, but he can't block. High kick with just one hand. See, Dakaev kind of trying to look to find his opening.
Oh, a nice combination to finish the round. Good work here from Dakaev.
Good little burst of energy there. A lot of them, like I say, blocked and hitting their arms and stuff, but still doing some sort of damage.
Looks good as well in the eyes of the judges, right, Brad? I mean, this has been a very closely contested opening round. But maybe just something like that, a moment like that, just edges a judge that way.
Yeah, we just look back at that cartwheel, and it's like, that is...
Oh, just blocked it with his glove as well.
Yeah. Kind of like Gaethje, because Gaethje loves doing that cartwheel. I'm not too sure if he's going to try that against Khabib himself, but... a good first round in the books. I like the wrestling offense and defense by Dakaev. For me, he seems to have the wrestling advantage in this, which I think is always important to have within a fight if you can control the wrestling. He's done a good job when he wanted to get a takedown. He got his takedown, and he done a beautiful job of sprawling out and stopping Mihai getting his shot when he was actually in pretty deep.
So we are set for round number 2 here in Moscow for ACA 111. Mehdi Dakaev. Red corner, red and black shorts. Mihai Balakirев. Blue corner, blue and black shorts. Left hand coming over the top from Mihai. What sort of adjustments are you going to look for now, Brad?
I think for Dakaev, he's got to do what he's doing a little bit more, maybe a bit more cage wrestling, because he looked pretty good when he was on top.
When you look at the opposite side, Mihai, what do you think he's going to be looking for? Oh, nice straight right there from Dakaev.
I mean, I don't call for the cartwheel kick, but that's probably one of his most successful sort of shots he landed. He's got to, what he needs to do is not cover up as much. You know, like how he's covering up, his hands going really high, leaving his body exposed, which has Dakaev has not really noticed that.
Oy. Big knee that just glanced across the elbows. Good job he was covering it. More elbows coming in now.
That's what he needs to do. Oh, his hands are locked. He's probably going to go for a ride here, Brian.
And Dakaev right in front of us brings it to the mat.
Yeah, Dakaev took him down right in the cage. I would have liked it if it had took him around and took him away from the cage, because now Mihai's in not a bad position, but he took away one of the most beautiful job here to complete this takedown.
Lands him out on his back. Dakaev burying that head in and now putting that high-level grappling to use.
Good job of just chipping away, good posture.
Mihai throwing back off his back though. A couple of shots and elbows, but now body, head from Dakaev.
You might see him kick back and go to half guard here.
Looks like a little cut just open up over the left eye there, just on the brow of Mikhail's head.
They're not bleeding too much, so I don't believe that will give him any problems as yet. He's managed to replace his guard. There's a closed guard at the moment, Brian, so no real signs of any sort of offense or looking to get back to his feet.
Oh, a nice right hand there, Brad. Good ground and pound from inside the guard from Dakaev.
Yeah, he bursted really well, landed a couple of really good clean shots. Chipping away.
Another elbow comes through the guard.
Kyle's not doing a good job of stopping any sort of posture. Dakaev's doing a good job of getting his posture up and landing some heavy shots.
You can see Mihai there trying to force that knee across the belly. Is that just to make space, maybe explode?
Yeah, what he's trying to do is he's using his right knee as a frame to try and keep it there. But the pressure by Dakaev is really crushing that frame. And now up to the back in the guard. Really beautiful ground and pound, textbook stuff here, bro.
Short explosions, adding up the damage, staying in control, really. As you say, high-level stuff coming from Dakayev. 1 minute 50 seconds for Mihhail to try and do something, though, Brad. Locking up that guard this time. He's got to make some sort of effort to switch this around.
He needs to even sometimes create some kind of scramble here. Maybe try and get a butterfly, try and elevate. Literally just surviving at the moment.
Oh.
See, yeah, this is the thing, is like with that knee shield, you can see Dakayev could potentially kick back and go into half guard, but he's choosing to stay in guard because he feels comfortable here. There's no real offense coming up. There's no wrist control.
You can hear the breaths now as well. Dakayev piling on the pressure. Mihhail trying to soak up as much as he can.
But here, I would like to see him now where Dakayev has that much push up, just get his legs in and just try and kick him away and scramble, create a scramble. Not a lot easier said than done from the outside as me here, but that's what he needs to try and do. This round is totally slipped past him.
But we talked about the adjustments and maybe what we're looking for, and that first round was back and forth, both from the cartwheel kick to the finishing flurry from Dakayev. Had their moments in this round, whereas this, since he got to the mat, has been all Dakayev.
Yeah, you kind of feel like now Dakayev has found his path to victory, and definitely when this gets into the third round, which I believe it will, we'll probably see more of the same in the third round.
But Mihhail Balakiref is very durable. We've seen that in his other battles. He will still be in this fight. And
to see him here, looks very disheartened, staying on his knees for a long time.
that was a tough second round. There's a corner though. Now what do? I mean, you've got to reignite your fire. You've got to get that belief going again. That's
exactly it, Brian. You've got to feel like he seems to be mentally crumbled here by that second round. You know, Dakaev's going to go back to his round very confident. You got to see that as a coach now. You got to try and dig deep into the soul of Mihhail and try and get him to muster something up and try and reignite that fire. And he's going to come out here. He's got to think maybe 2 rounds down. He's got to try and do something spectacular. Throw caution to the wind.
Well, let's talk about spectacular, because that second round was just that from Dakaev. All this sort of action, heavy ground and pound, and surely alongside reigniting the wind in the sails of Mihhail Balakiref, you also have to say, do not get taken down, do not give up that bottom position.
Or if you do get taken down, let's have a little bit more urgency to try and get back to your feet. Round 3 underway.
Round 3, third and final round. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Brad Pickett calling the action. Mihhail Balakiref, blue corner. Mehdi Dakaev in the red. Oh, a shot there. Dakaev looks so loose. He is carrying that confidence from round 2 into round 3.
Yeah, he had that sort of swag where he feels like he's mentally broken, Mihhail, you know, with that second round. So you might even see him get a little bit more flamboyant. And sometimes you get a little bit confident within a fight, try new things.
Oh, a nice shot, but look at the hips of Dakaev. He almost carried him back to the cage there when he caught him for that shot. Such power.
Really good hips. And then, you know, like, you saw that when he was wrestling in round 1 and round 2. When he's on top, you can see his hips. He's got his hands locked here. Definitely going to get taken down here. There you go. There's the one.
Right, here we go.
And that's actually really clever. What he's done, Brian, he's took him over to his corner so he can hear his instruction.
Gave a war cry as he made his way across the cage as well.
And like you said, when you feel like you've broken someone mentally, you know, this is the sort of things you do. You know, you do your war cries and you slam. At the moment, Mihhail's got all to do in this round.
And the clock is ticking. 3 minutes 20 seconds. Back to his feet, though, trying to fight those grips.
He's still fighting. He's definitely down at the moment, but he's definitely not out of this fight. Trying to see if he can muster any sort of energy at the moment now. Maybe trying to go around, trying to pull the hips away, going for a double.
Pressure, that you can hear the breaths though from Mihai.
Tied up the legs. Let's see him try and take away the upper base, the right hand of Mihai.
Straight away, Brad goes to work for that, has that wrist, and now he'll turn him away. Maybe even feed his hand behind the back. That horrible handcuff.
He's done that, exactly that, Brian. But in doing so, he's lost the legs, but still I say it's all one way. So go ground the pound. He's doing a good job of what I say is controlling and doing damage. You know?
Back to his feet though, Mihai, which is impressive enough, but how long can he stay there, Brad? This is
trying to
deep
look for
on the
switch.
single, yeah. Looks like he might go for another ride at some point.
Maybe he might even try to go for a choke here with Dakaev so far on the outside here. You can see him try and feed, maybe try and feed his right hand and get it attached because he's under the chin.
Listen to the breaths though. Whoa. Dakaev took the single leg to the back.
Great wrestling. Yeah. Great wrestling there. You see him try and pull him back. One little mistake that Dakaev has been doing here is pulling him backwards. He's letting Mihai get his weight forward, but here's me saying that. I can't complain too much. He's kneeing and chipping away at his opponent, but he could easily try and pull him back. You see Mihai looking at the cage, thinking, how long do I have to endure these knees to my thigh for?
Well, it's 1 minute 24 seconds minimum for that to happen. And now again, Dakaev holding those hips. What a little transition to full back control.
Can he get a finish? He's going to work. Oh, he's got a good fight here. You even see one of those ones that if he does get it, it's been one of those where he'll just crush the face.
Now, oh, look at that little explosion though from Mihai. Great work. That was superb.
Yeah,
waited for
well.
a gap and then timed it, and now he's back to his feet. This is stunning stuff from Mihai. 40 seconds left.
He needs to try and break away, Brian, and try and throw something. He looks tired. All that sort of wrestling is really taken out of his arms. Very laboured, heavy breaths. I see it probably ignite within the last 10 seconds.
There we go, final seconds of this 3-round battle. Mihai Balakiref still moving forward.
Good little right hand at the buzzer as well.
After what had been a very tough second and third round for him, he still stayed in that fight. But Dakaev, pretty convinced, pretty confident he took that fight. And Brad, it's going to be hard to argue with that when he switched up the game plan and looked to control him, engage that grappling a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like, after within that first round, you seem to see that he led to believe he had the wrestling advantage and used that very well. You see here that takedown, taking it over to his corner. In one of those ones, he overtook him down. And then you just saw this in the third round, the complete control. Briefly, when he got the back, trying to sink in the rear naked choke, we just saw the fight by Mihai. Didn't fight to the end, managed to get out of that position. But the constant wrestling pressure took it out, fatigue for Mihai. And it looks like Dakaev has still got more to do. He's running around the cage. He can do 3 more rounds. A very impressive performance by him tonight in his ACA debut. Let's bring the fighters in the middle to make this one official.
Дамы и господа, по завершении 3-раундового боя единогласным решением судей победу одержал Мехди Дакаев. Ницца, Франция.